There's a concept called tikkun olam, and what tikkun olam simply means is to repair the world. It doesn't mean to fix it all at once. It doesn't mean to save everybody, but simply to just repair the world. Most cultures, most traditions around this earth all share a similar charge, and I believe that that charge falls on each and every one of us. Why? Because the world needs repairing. And sometimes that repair simply means just paying attention.
Came out of smoke with a flame in my chest. Southwest sun sitting heavy on my neck. Every mile I rode carved the line in the map. Now the whole damn state know the legend is back.
Okay, so what I'm about to talk about, I need every driver to pretty much pay attention. Anybody that's watching to pay attention. This is more important than any, company comparison. This is more important than any of the, you know, trucking stuff, trucking concepts that I typically speak about. And I wasn't going to say anything but tikkun olam, right? So here we are. Today is Thursday. Last night, Wednesday, I ended up staying at a more so of a mom and pop truck stop. The truck stop wasn't one of the major chains, but it has a name to it, right? But it's not up there. It's one of the ones that, everybody fills up the Pilot, everybody fills up the Loves, and then they start flowing naturally into the other things like the Road Rangers, and then, Ambest and Casey's, and then, whatever's after that is after that, right? I was after the Casey's. It was below the Casey's, but you know the name, right? I was going to make a more so of a vlog style video this time around, but I decided not to do any of it because I didn't want people to guess what routes I took, where I might have been at, because this is extremely important here. I arrived at that truck stop around maybe 8:30 p.m. Right? And I immediately went inside and I went to pay for the parking because it was paid parking. And I connect eyes with these two males. At this point, it's two males. They're looking at me. I'm looking them dead in their eyes, right? You notice me, I notice y'all at the same time. Walk past them, go inside, and I see them. I'm like, these dudes is way too old to be out here loitering on the side of this daggone building like they're loitering. I grew up in the hood, right? I'm not in the hood anymore. I'm a suburbanite. But if you know, you know. And these guys are older in age. So I go inside, I pay. I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna take a shower after I put this thing on my window. I go get my stuff ready for the shower. I get my bag, step back out of the truck with my bag, and I immediately notice these two women walking into the parking lot as I'm stepping out of the truck. Comfortably walking into the parking lot. And then after that, I notice how they're dressed. And one of them, she's trying to see, like, once we connected eyes, right? She connected eyes with me and like looked away, kind of like did this with her hair and like looked back over at me. And when it looked like I was gonna walk in her direction, she started to like pivot toward me. And I was like, I don't even want that to look like I'm about to walk in her direction. So I pivoted the other way, which made her pivot the other way and go back walking where she was originally headed. So I take my alternate route to the shower, right? I take my shower. When I come back, she's now standing in front of the entrance. I'm on the phone with my current wife and my son. And she's, again, she do the same thing. This, and she's like looking, right? Looking at me. And if I look like I'm going directly toward her, she's like perking up. But I'm like, let me walk a little longer and kind of loop into the entrance, because I have to walk this way to get, like, I gotta get past her to get to my truck. As I'm walking back to the truck from the shower, there's a guy standing directly at the hood of my truck. I'm like, here we go. I gotta tell this guy he need to move. Like, there's gonna be problems. We're gonna have problems. Whatever he has on the table, like, I'll meet you there. But I got a family to live for, right? Because I'm already noticing that this ain't good. And then what are you at my truck for? And when you're in a situation like that, you can't show like weakness. You can't show, dang, I'm scared to go to my truck. Let me turn around. Or, I have to just confidently walk to my truck. And that's exactly what I did. I confidently walked past her and to my truck. But as I'm watching him, I'm noticing that he is paying attention to her. He's looking, trying to see what she's doing. Right? He looked like, where's she at? What's she doing? Was she up to what she's supposed to be up to? Right? So when he sees me, he tries to act like my truck is his truck. Like he's trying to check out, like he looking for a problem on the truck, but he's still like looking over, seeing what I'm doing, where I'm going. When he notices that I'm going to my truck, he starts walking. I pop open my truck. I'm like, yo, this is wild. This whole situation is just sketchy. So I'm thinking that's it. That's what we're gonna leave it at. By that time, when I settled in, anyway, by that time I settle in, get in the truck, put the dirty clothes in the dirty clothes bag, get my dinner ready, and I decide, if you've seen another video of mine where I'm talking about the reason why I sit with my curtains open and I'm observing everything, that's exactly what I decided I needed to do last night. So I sat right in this front seat and I'm being observant. I'm watching, and they notice me because they got to do the same thing. They up to what they're up to, but I'm also making sure that I'm safe, because if I close all of these curtains, I don't know who's doing what. I don't know what plans they concocting, right? So for example, again, as I'm walking and I'm noticing these people, I'm watching their hands. I'm watching if they looking at somebody else, making eye contact with somebody else after they looked at me. Does it look like they're trying to pass little signals and stuff? Am I in any kind of danger? That's what I'm paying attention to. So I'm sitting up here and I'm just watching. And what I notice, these people, they're walking to the different trucks that's out there. At this point I'm in the third space, so it's one. There's a second one over there. 3, 4, 5. At this point, it's dark, right? Night then already fell. They're going between the other 4 trucks because they see I'm sitting up front. They're putting stuff underneath the cab, putting stuff underneath the trailer, putting stuff in the some of us, we have the cabinets back there as the headache rack. Other ones, you have the things you got to lift, right? So they'll go to one of the trucks, they'll plan out which truck, put something in one of those areas, leave. Somebody different will come, go to the same area where it was left at before, leave, different direction. So what I'm observing at the time, they're hiding whatever little, I can guess and say it was some kind of mind altering substance, right? Let's say it like that they were strategically placing around the trucks as they were making their sales for these mind altering substances. People would come, their customers would come, pick it up, take off. They'd be like, yo, look underneath the blue truck. Go to the trail of the blue truck. It'll be next to the front tire, right? Slick, kinda. Also, while I'm in there, white SUV pulls up, picks the women up, backs into a space real quick. They stay there for a minute. Lights off, lights on. It was at that point, right? The stereotypical stuff you see. It was at that point, close my curtains. No. No, not catching me. So comment down below and let me know if you would have done anything different than what I've done, right? Because right now, what I'm placing below is the human trafficking hotline number. And I'm also placing the options for you to send a text message to. I waited until the following day. I got up out of there. I made my delivery. I went to my pickup. Whole time I'm replaying what I watched in my brain. Park for the night. Get on the horn. Hey, look, I need to make a report. This is everything that I observed. And they took that report very, very seriously. And what they said, we're going to hand this report off to this particular agency, and this particular agency will go ahead and take care of it. And I was like, cool. So the point behind that, right? 2 points. One, you as individuals, you have to be extremely hyper vigilant when you're out and about. Whether you're a truck driver or whether you're just a regular, average, day-to-day, four-wheel driving citizen, right? You have to be very hyper vigilant. It doesn't matter what area you're in. There's a rapper named FBG Duck who passed away. He was murdered in, what was it, like the Diamond District of Chicago or whatever. Wherever you're at, something can pop off. So you have to know what's going on. Again, like you heard me speaking about, I was watching everything about these individuals. I was counting how many of them there were. I was looking at their body language. I was seeing when they look at me, what are they looking at? Are they trying to size me up? What does their face look like? Are they wearing any emotions? What are they doing with their hands? Are they trying to communicate with one another without having to verbally communicate? Right? Are they showing little signs or head nods and stuff like that? Like, I need to know what I'm getting into. And there's a stupid reason why I didn't leave. Right? There was 2 reasons I didn't leave. One, I knew at that time there was going to be no more parking anywhere else. 2, I had already paid for that parking space. Right? Right? I'm going back to my family. With that being said, the second point behind this, right? Not just for you to be hyper vigilant and know what's going on around you, but also for you to go ahead and not be scared to see when something is wrong and to make the report on the appropriate channels. And what's funny, not that I would have used it at that point, because I know that it wouldn't have worked and it would have put me in even more of a precarious situation. Right? Each and every one of us within the United States, we fall into different subcategories and subcultures. And I think one of the best subcultures comes from a certain sect of white males, right? And they have perfected the art of being nosy without being outwardly nosy. And it sounds more like a conversation. Hey, bud, how you doing today? And then that they I'll drop off at a small town or something. They never see me, and that's what they're getting at when they go, "Oh, what brings you around these parts?" But they're still being friendly while they do it. And you're like, "Oh, I'm a truck driver." And they're like, "Oh man, my granddaddy was a truck driver. He used to bring me up on his rig. We used to go down there. He had a log truck though." And they start telling you a little bit about themselves, but at the same time, they got that information out of you, and they see that you're not there to be some type of like nuisance in there the area that they live, right? I've never really been too good at that because it's going to be very obvious that I'm being nosy, right? Um, but I thought that's absolutely hilarious and works. It works, and I think more people need to learn that art and that skill, and not just you got some people that have no clue how to do it, and they immediately start trying to press up and pressure a person and damn near G check a person, and it leads to a lot of altercations. So that's not what else, right? If you find this kind of information valuable, right, before I get on a tirade, I ask that you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Give the channel a chance.